My name is Dio Mulopobo Pengo. I'm from South Africa, but originally from the Democratic Republic of Congo. I am a business developer by profession. I've managed various enterprises and I owned a small business which unfortunately had to come to a close for various circumstances, and then I had to move here in the UK. I felt very misplaced in a way, and I didn't know my way around. I was very misplaced. I think it was just the fact of spending a month and being in a new city or in a country where you know no one. It was very hard for me to integrate. I think volunteering actually what helped me. I was locked in my room and I didn't know anybody. I didn't feel like going out. I was scared of meeting people or going to places which I know nothing about or getting lost. So it was very difficult. So I was invited to a festival event during the Migration Meta Festival. So it was during the Refugee Week as well, if I remember correct. There were a couple of activities that were taking place. It happened that we had to play football at UMix, and they asked me to actually be captain of the team, the five-a-side team. And I called our team Home Office. That was funny anyway. So the Home Office team, we did quite well, although we didn't win that fun tournament. And that gave me a bit of exposure into speaking to people, which I couldn't just approach anybody because I was very scared. Yeah. So mostly I advise people in anything, volunteering or social or the way around Sheffield. I do also volunteer with COMEC, which is a bicycle repair and refurbish workshop that we do for asylum seekers and refugees. With VAS, I do a volunteer center where I advise people into what role they can choose into volunteering, if it helps them according to their career or they feel comfortable in doing it. A New Beginning, I do the same also with the asylum seekers, and I try to get them into volunteering just to develop experience. It also helps them to integrate into the city, into the country. I also volunteer with Safety, where we meet some asylum seeker, we help them with the speaking English. So we just had a casual chat. So it's not like a formal classroom where you got a stick and then you're showing on the board what you write, what not write. We just have it's like just a conversation group that we have. And I also volunteer with Cohesion Sheffield. I kind of enjoy working with people. I kind of enjoy sharing knowledge with people. It's just awesome to learn that it's not only about working for money, but it's also working about assisting someone into achieving something. Because back in South Africa, I always heard of volunteering, but I really never came to contact or to a stand where I can actually assist someone without actually looking at my own interests. And it gives you that pleasure of actually doing the service. It helped me with expanding my network. With COMEC, I never knew how to fix a bicycle or build a bicycle. I had a bicycle when I was young, and it's quite a knowledge that I've learned. You see people with bicycle, but you don't know all the effort that goes into building a bicycle. Just a simple example on that. So that's just the first knowledge, and then meeting different people. It helps me to build that network where I know that in the future I can have a career and I can meet the very same people that can assist me into doing something. Okay, before I started, I really didn't know what was happening. Until I went to VAS. I was invited to VAS I signed up for volunteering. I went to Victoria Hall, signed up for volunteering. And then I didn't know what was happening. I just knew that, okay, I'll be just helping around. Whenever they'll call me to help around. So I volunteer with professional people with a professional mind, with the knowledge to assist me into doing something great, into achieving a goal. It's helped me to deal with depression a lot, to deal with anxiety, because you're just at home and you have nothing to do and you stress. But when I come out, at least I can speak to someone. It doesn't have to be about my personal thing, but about anything that has to work, or maybe the person can ask you for direction. So things like that, it relieves you to know that, okay, people still care. The welcome in Sheffield was it was phenomenal. People actually acknowledge you. People care. People want to assist you. It's not only about the task that you have to do is when you're volunteering, but people really want you to achieve whatever you need to do. So that's what made me fall in love with Sheffield, because of just volunteering and meeting the people and speaking to the people around. So yeah. The green space. I went for a walk yesterday, 11 kilometers in 2 hours. The countryside, Peak District, nature teaches us a lot of things where we don't usually see much of it when it comes to staying in the city, because you get building, you get cars, you get pollution. But Sheffield has a lot of green space where you can go and relax, you can take a walk, clear your mind. Honestly, I would be maybe in the hospital, because at that time I was really mentally ill. I didn't know what to do or what next, what's happening with my home office case. The more I go out and volunteer, I completely forget about things that need to happen. Like it's happened that everything got sorted out with the home office, and now I'm looking into reaching my profession. Yeah. I would say volunteering helps you to develop yourself. It helps you to integrate in the country or the city where you are. It helps you, it gives you peace of mind to know that you're doing something good for a good purpose. It helps you not to be selfish, to extend your network, to meet a variety of individuals and work with different types of people. There's a lot of volunteering, man. It's like 5 unpaid jobs.
Hi, my name is Lívia. I came from Brazil. I have been living in Sheffield for nearly 5 years now. I'm a journalist. I used to work as a reporter and press officer for many places in Brazil, but now living in Sheffield, I'm trying to reinvent myself as a professional. So I'm working much more with digital marketing at the moment. So I found the things I struggled most was the language, actually. I felt frustrated. I was imagining, I don't know if I'll be able to work with communication anymore. And also I'm doing social media consultants with people who have small businesses and they need some guidance to start on social media. So because of the language, I was also worried about if I was able to make friends. I was worried about this, if it would be possible when I just arrived here. And then I decided to go basically to everywhere in Sheffield where we can find free English classes and conversation clubs. But I used to volunteer for many different charities in Sheffield. I started with Oxfam, was a charity shop in the city centre. And then I was a volunteer for many different playgroups around Sheffield. And then I think the last one, with more time, I spent more time, was the VAS, was a role with communication. And I was doing the social media then, helping with the volunteering fairs And after this, I also was a volunteer at the project with homeless people at the cathedral. The first volunteering role I had was at Oxford, was a charity shop in the city centre. And then I saw the sign on that door, "We are looking for new volunteers." And I was not sure if I could do it, but I asked in the shop if it was okay for me to apply to be a volunteer there. And the manager of the shop was very friendly, and she said, yes, of course. And I used to go there twice a week for 6 months. And then after that, I saw this volunteering fair advertisement with Vivas. And then I went to the volunteering fair to have a look for all the different roles. And then someone from the volunteer fair, he saw some potential, I think, on me. And he asked if I would like to be an advisor at the volunteer center. And I said, yes, okay, so maybe I'll apply for this. But when I went to the interview, when I mentioned I'm a journalist, and the supervisor, she asked me, do you like to, instead of being an advisor, do you like to work with social media? We need someone to develop more our presence online. I think I feel much more confident now after volunteering in different places. I think I know more people. I have friends that I met because of the volunteering positions I had in Sheffield. Actually, I wanted to volunteer when I was in Brazil, but there I had a really busy life, so I didn't have any time left. So I found maybe I'm starting again in this new country, maybe it could be an opportunity. I think actually I'm much more confident. I feel I'm the Livia I always was when I was in Brazil. Because you know, when you have the language as a barrier, you can't be yourself because you don't know how to express in this new language. You don't know how to express yourself, actually. And now I know how to express myself. I know how to fight. I know how to do everything in English. And I like when I see someone who needs help and I can help, I'm able to help this person. And a lot of Brazilians arrive in Sheffield. I always suggest them to be volunteers, to go for this English, amazing projects we have in Sheffield with free English classes. And I always advise them to explore the city. I didn't drive when I just arrived in Sheffield. I used to drive in Brazil, but my document was not valid here. So I needed to get a new drive license. But I think for a couple of years in Sheffield, I was going by bus and tram everywhere. I know all the city, actually. I think about my Living Sheffield profile on Instagram. I feel quite proud of myself because when I just arrived, I had this struggle about the language, and then I just had an idea one day when I was at Sheffield Vale Carnival. I just told my husband, I'm going to start an Instagram profile promoting Sheffield. And I think I'll take a few pictures of this, and I think I will start with this. I really started with the Peace in the Park at Ponderosa. It was my first post on the Living Sheffield Instagram ever. So I feel I'm very proud. I'm nearly 5,000 people there following my tips. I'm not from Sheffield, but I have understanding about everything here. I really want to help. I think it's the people here, and I think they are very friendly in the city. And also, it's something I start to explore more, the green areas in Sheffield and in the Peak District. Me and my husband, since last year, we started to explore a lot more the parks around the reservoirs and the Peak District, small villages, places where you not find a lot of people. My advice for any migrant who wants to be a volunteer is just go for it. If you see something you think you would be interesting, just go. I just started as a volunteer, developing my English skills, knowing more about people in Sheffield, knowing more about the city, chatting with my colleagues. And then after that, I went for more advanced positions, like places where I needed to use more talk and writing. So at the end, I was volunteering in my area. I think at the first moment, it can be a little bit scary because you don't feel confident about the language. But my advice is just go for it, just try. If you not feel too confident with the language, try something a little bit more like easy. Yeah, I think you need to put effort, you need to be resilient, you need to go for it. Don't think too much.